That is crazy.
The heaviest music I knew was Nirvana. And to be honest, at first I was like, I don't even know if I like this music. I think my whole thing has always been, how do I make something that I've never heard? I'm dying.
More water!
We were always like this violent, bombastic live band. We wanted the band to sound like it felt live.
Aaron Gillespie is the drummer and vocalist for the band Underoath. As a founding member, Aaron helped define the band's sound through groundbreaking albums like They're Only Chasing Safety, Define the Great Line, and Lost in the Sound of Separation. Known for his dynamic playing, powerful grooves, and clean vocals, he's become one of the most influential drummers of his generation in the post-hardcore and metalcore world. Aaron is also the frontman and creative force behind The Almost, and has collaborated with Paramore, Bring Me the Horizon, Atreyu, Silverstein, and more. Please welcome Aaron Gillespie to Drumeo.
So let's not even try, right? Burn it up and throw it out the window. We've been going round so near and I thought this thing the more I want to twice, right? Feel that this is my last request, yeah. Hold your breath. Bottle it up and save it for the next one. Say, we've been riding this all night. It's whatever takes you out. Stay safe to love borrowed day. Well, right down. Listen to open up your eyes. It's not wet. It's our name. It's not like this. Feeling free. It's hard, but it doesn't. You're a with a knack for losing your experience. For staring at the mirror. This all needs a break from you. And I am used to this. I fear that I am just an end. So you play the mistake game. Scream me, you desire and myself. Right into the others will never stand. Running in circles, I can't forget how many times I played this in my mind. Feeling free, feeling free. Just wet, it's our name. It's just like this, feeling free. It's hard, but it doesn't. You're a classic disaster with a knack for losing your experience. For staring at the mirror. This is my finish. This is my come to us. This is my finish. This is my come to us.
You're a monster.
What do you mean?
I just witnessed this from like 3 feet away from you. You can feel the wind coming off your cymbals.
Oh, come on. Can I get a drum key? Please?
You didn't bring one with you?
No.
Aaron.
You can have shit in your
Yeah.
pockets doing that.
Yeah, we'll get you a drum key.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tyson. I'm surprised even the cymbal tilter held up. I swear every song you've done over the last few days is your ride
It's
cymbals
fine.
is straight vertical.
It's fine.
Well, while you catch your breath and have some water, to all of you out there watching, please welcome the one and only Aaron Gillespie.
Hello.
To Drumeo. This is like 15 years in the making, man. I've been seeing your name come up in random YouTube comments and comments from Drumeo students over the years. When is Aaron going to come on the
That's
channel?
nice of them.
It's very kind, but you're a legend, man.
Oh,
I remember seeing your videos like
legend to a couple.
Well, to me, at
Hero
least.
to none. I'm just kidding.
And to our host of the Musora channel in the control room, Mr. Ron Jackson.
Give it up for Ron.
You're his favorite drummer, so this is
That's nice.
a big treat for us here at Drumeo and Musora.
That's nice. Dude, it's awesome to be here. I've had a blast.
Yeah, it's. I don't think we've laughed this much in years.
We've messed around a lot.
It's been a good time. We filmed some new videos with you that we haven't done with anyone else.
Oh yeah, it's
And they are hilarious. So I can't wait for you to see that. Any of the big Underoath songs that you don't hear in this stream, you're going to hear in other videos coming up. We've done a bunch of the main formats you guys know and love on the channel. And
all the scary ones.
all the scary ones.
I was scared of that song you've never heard thing.
Dude, you crushed that.
Thank you.
We're not going to say too much more.
No.
You've got to wait. This is probably the first video from Aaron you're going to see. And this stream's going to be fun. We're going to play a bunch of tracks from the whole Underoath discography.
Yeah, I saw the list. I might screw some of them up. We'll see.
I personally picked them all, so
Yeah.
I'm just glad you
You did
agreed.
good. No, I think you did. I think you grabbed what people would want to hear,
I'm glad.
but some of them are ancient.
Longtime fans are in for a treat. We're going to talk about your career, your playing style, maybe a bit about your setup.
Yeah.
And also throughout this stream, we've got a bunch of questions that our students on the Musora app have sent in. So thank you to all of you Musora students who have sent those in. There'll be a bit of Q&A happening throughout.
Thank you for having me, dude. It's been a rad couple days.
I was going to say, before we play this next track, I remember seeing videos of you, I don't know if it was like 10 or 15 years ago, these like 360p drum cam videos of you
knows?
on, I don't know, Warped Tour or something.
Who knows?
And you were the guy who had the longest hair,
Okay.
but also your cymbals were like straight vertical, and you're playing what, like 22, 24s?
22, 24, 22.
Yeah, just like massive.
I think
highs,
back
man.
then I might have had a 21 over here. Who knows?
Didn't stick around though.
You get older, you age, you level up, brother.
That's sick. So the next track we're gonna do is Loss. This
Oh,
is,
new one.
This is your set opener.
This is like like one of the latest Underoath songs. So this came out last year. So
Yeah. Do you like it?
I love it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You never know.
No, I think that I'm like, we are one of those bands that like stretches stuff out live.
Yeah.
And so all of these are to the record. So like that whole song I was thinking, I was like, what's actually next?
Yeah. I'm curious. We do this all the time in the studio here, but we give the artists the studio version most of the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's been 10, 30, 50 years since
yeah.
they played the record, since the day you recorded it.
Yeah.
So have you ever played to the studio versions, or is this
No.
like first time in a while?
No, I mean, no. The newer stuff will be simpler for me,
Sure.
like memory-wise, because we don't stray too far. But the old stuff, you know, you've been playing a song for 20 years. You put a crowd moment in the middle, or
Yeah.
you know, you slow something down in a spot, or we do even like stuff off There Only Takes Safety. We do like hits in the bridges that aren't on the record.
Nice.
Stuff like that. We did a song yesterday, and I was like, oh my god, what happens actually supposed to happen? You know, I think I nailed it, but it was like
You nailed it.
It was one of those things. I was like, oh shit, what's next?
Yeah.
You know, because we do it so different. Even the end of that song, I play differently. The one I just played.
Yeah, it's cool because you record the songs and you get it up to that point from demo to recording it
Sure,
or whatever.
yeah.
But once you actually play it out and you see what actually impacts people or what they connect with,
It's always
Then
the
you play
weirdest
off
parts
that.
too that become the sing-alongs, or like the crowd participation moments are always the part. Sometimes they're the parts you expect, but sometimes they're not. Like sometimes you think something, this is really gonna hit live,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't.
not.
And then sometimes the part that does. So you know, when you play the album version, it's like it reminds me of like what I thought at the time when we were making it.
Yeah.
Like, this will be the thing, and then
Yeah.
you get in here and that's not the thing.
Yeah.
You know, you get out there and you're not the thing, and then you get back in here and you have to go back to where you originally thought, you know, the energy moment would be, or like the moment where the crowd does their thing. So it's just
Yeah.
a learning curve in here, bro.
yeah, it's great, man. Well, let's hear Loss and then we'll keep trucking.
Let's freaking go.
Let's do it.
I made myself a sick of it. I've cut it off the skull. I'm gone for now. But that I said it, made myself more wrong. So much stuff I loved you in that we needed space. You will let your silence tell me. You can play, but you're always gonna carry the weight. You can beg, but you're never gonna bury the same.
No mercy on that one.
I mean, come on. It's fast.
Yeah. Those hits and like the heavy breakdowns and stuff are like so brutal.
Yeah. It's faster than I remember.
Yeah. Crazy. We got 2 openers already. Young and inspiring.
Yeah, young and
Loss.
inspiring, yeah.
It's good.
Ripping.
We're going to start off by talking about some of your earlier years, but
Sure.
first I want to ask, just because I know everyone's going to be asking, your rack tom.
Yeah.
Tell me about the setup and why it's set up the way it is.
Well, for years, and truthfully, where I like it is lower and flatter and like over here. But in the last few, I'm old, right? So
You're not old, Aaron.
in the last few years, I've got like an arthritic situation with my left hand. And so, like we were talking about this yesterday, but like it feels natural to me and less painful to do this than this. Because when you're reaching, and I have tennis elbow in this elbow, in my right elbow. So when you're like,
Yeah.
it's like, it's way more effort. You know what I mean? So this is just simply ease of use.
Yeah.
I feel like it's easier and more accessible if it's closer and tilted, I guess, to the right. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the first thing I started noticing about your setup. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting choice, but it makes sense when actually, do you want to even demonstrate like how you hit that? You showed
Yeah.
me a little bit yesterday, but
So if I'm using my left hand, you know, if I'm like, right, you can, as opposed to that.
yeah.
You see the difference? It's
Yeah.
like, you know, as opposed to this. Now it feels out of place when you, if you do this, overhanded. It's just less, it's less use of these joints.
Yeah, did you find that actually made quite a big difference? Like, were you less tired, or did
Yes.
it felt like easier to play it like that?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
easier to play that way, and it just, I mean, the real reason is it hurts my left hand less and my right elbow less.
Yeah.
But I did it that way out of necessity, and now it is, I'm used to it now.
Yeah.
It's easier, you know.
Nice. Just wanted to address that because I'm sure all of you,
Why is his rack tom crooked?
especially all the gearheads out there, you want to know about the kit. So
That's the whole thing. I mean,
There you
that's
go.
why this looks the way that it does, as opposed to in years past with the flat cymbals and, you
Yeah.
know. This is all just because I'm in my 40s.
yeah, at the end of the day, you don't want to play knowingly hurting yourself. It just doesn't make any sense.
There was when I did this is only like probably 18 months, 2 years-ish old. And we were it started with the cymbals. We were in Europe, and I had a different tech than I normally have. It's this guy named Gav, shout out Gav. And I showed up to rehearsals, and the cymbals were tilted.
Yeah.
Not this much, but just slightly. And I was like, I went to say something, but to be honest, I was so jet lagged. I was like, screw it. I want to get through this rehearsal
Yeah.
and go to bed. And like 2 songs in, I was like, damn, this is dope. So it just stuck.
Yeah. Whatever works.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. Okay, let's go back to your early years.
My early years.
So you grew up playing your first 2 records, Active Depression, Cries of the Past. These are like really heavy records.
Metal.
Yeah.
Like early, like year 2000, 2001. Yeah.
Yeah, so take us back to that point in time. What was it like with the band? All that stuff.
I was a kid. So I was 15, 16 years old. And the original singer, his dad, like I played drums in church all the time. That's how I learned, and that's
Yeah.
how I came up. And his dad didn't even attend our church, but he came for like a Sunday night service. I don't remember what day of the week it was,
Yeah.
but he knew his son was starting a band. He's like, I saw this kid play drums, and on my answer machine the next day was this dude calling me. And like a week later, they picked me up in a car, and these kids at the time were like 18, 19.
Yeah.
So whatever possessed my parents to let me do that, because I have a kid who's 14,
Yeah.
and there's no world where I'd be like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Like, get in the car and drive an hour to like
Yeah.
unknown location to play drums. But my parents, you know, they just knew that's all I wanted to do was be in a band.
Yeah.
You know, it's like my dream. So we went and did that, but the whole time, you know, it was metal, it was very heavy, and I didn't know anything about that music. The heaviest music I knew was Nirvana.
Yeah.
Like I didn't Like I'd never really heard screaming on a song except for like that big Third Eye Blind record with Graduate and all that,
Yeah.
where he's like,
Yeah.
I remember you and me as a That's, you know, I didn't,
Yeah.
you know, so, and to be honest, at first I was like, I don't even know if I like this music because it was so aggressive. It wasn't what Underoath is, what the public knows Underoath as. It was like metal. But I loved being in a band. But I always felt like I didn't really become creative in Underoath outside of the drums until like They're Only Chasing Safety. You know, because for lack of better words, those two first EPs were like, they weren't distributed. It was a local,
Yeah.
it was like a regional at best type of thing. You know what I mean? So we would go to Georgia and Alabama. And,
Yeah.
you know, we did one tour. But it was, you know, I was just a kid. The guys that were in the band kind of governed it, like musically, and they, you know, that first drive where they picked me up at my house and just drove me 2 hours away or whatever it was, they were playing me all this music, and it was the weirdest. I haven't thought about this in years. I mean, this was 25 years ago. Like, it was like, I was like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? I had no.
A whole other world.
Yeah, I mean, it literally was like, what's wrong with these people?
Yeah.
You know? So it was like my first education into any post-hardcore metal, whatever, was on that car trip.
Yeah.
And it was strange, man. I was like, I don't even know, what is this? You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's even strange to think about. Like, I think the first time I listened to metal was Meshuggah in like 9th grade.
Yeah.
You're like, what is this? Like, rhythmically, it's unlike anything I'd heard.
Yeah.
But also, these guys are screaming on this song.
Yeah, this stuff was like,
Yeah.
these guys were really into like, there's a lot of bands from Florida, like a lot, you know? So there was such a rich, in the late 90s, early 2000s, and even up until the mid 2000s, and I don't know now, I don't live there anymore, but there was so much, like a huge metal, hardcore, punk, like there was all that music. So they weren't playing like Slayer and Slipknot. They were playing like local bands. They had, you know, people would put out demos and, you know, make artwork for them. And
Yeah.
it was just a different culture back then.
Yeah.
You know, people would make magazines, they called them zines, and they would distribute these magazines that, you know, were like the AP of that local scene. You know, there was all that going on, and it was like getting birthed into like, it was just unbelievable. Like there was a whole underbelly of life musically that I couldn't even fathom.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't even understand it.
Yeah. Is it just bizarre? I don't know the last time you even went back and listened to those two EPs, but is it just crazy even listening to yourself on that record?
Well, yeah, you know, Active Depression was, it was done at this studio. I haven't thought about this in years. It was done at a studio called Audio Lab in Tampa, which is where like Morbid Angel recorded,
Yeah.
and like Deicide, and like, and this guy named Greg Marchek made that first record for us. And this is he's passed on now, but it was to tape. So there's no, tape is is a different animal entirely. So when I listen to it, I hear all the imperfections. I listened to it not too long ago, and all the imperfections and stuff, you hear that stuff because we didn't have the technology we have now.
Yeah.
You know, you listen to hardcore bands now and metal bands now, not all of them, but it's really computerized. You know, it's very edited. Like somehow along the way, like metalcore became pop music, which is great, but it's like, it's edited like pop music. And so when I listen to that stuff now, I'm like, this sounds like I recorded it with my phone. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and I was 15, 16 years old. I had never been in the studio. I had never played drums outside of churches.
That's crazy.
And at this point, we had become like a little bit of a local band. We were playing some venues and bars and stuff like that. But like the experience was it was terrifying.
Yeah.
Because you get there and the only studios I had ever seen were like on the back of my dad's records, Abbey Road and, you know, Maida Vale, and like these places that feel mythical. And for some reason, I drew that parallel when I got in that room. And they were like, play. And I was like,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Which is so commonplace now. We're having a conversation and we're playing these songs and it feels normal. But there was a time when it's your time to go. And they turn a click track on, and I'd never heard a click track. You know,
Yeah.
They had these hardware units that were click tracks.
Yeah.
You know, they push play on them, dialed it in and push play on this thing, and I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
you know,
Was supposed to play to that?
with an accent. And you're like, wait, there's an accent? Why is there an accent? What is that?
Yeah.
I didn't even know what the word was,
What does
man.
it mean?
Yeah, it was really scary. So when I
Yeah.
listen to those things, those two things now, it feels like I can just I hear my apprehension in it. You know, I had when you're that young and you get in a room like that with this older guy who's recorded all these bands and he's like chain smoking. He's like, yeah, dude, fucking Cannibal Corpse was in here fucking last week. Every other word's the F word, and you're like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was scary.
Yeah.
Like so I hear that apprehension and that fear when I listen to that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like I'm a habitual rusher. You know, I rush, and that stuff is like, it's not rushed. It's like, it's all over the map, dude.
Oh, you're 15.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
you know?
And I was scared, and I probably had better ability than those things show. I probably was a better player than what you hear there. I just was so afraid.
Yeah, in the environment that you were in. And
Yeah,
a lot of firsts.
I was scared. You know, the studios back then had big consoles and main speakers, and it was just different, man.
Yeah,
You know,
crazy.
wild.
I know we were talking yesterday about like some of that early 90s stuff, like you listen to Blind by
Yeah.
Korn, and
Yeah.
it has this raw imperfection to it that at the same time is so perfect.
Yeah.
And we go back now, what is that, like almost 30 years
yeah.
ish. And there's something so good and real about it.
Yeah, I think we're all trying to chase that. I mean, speaking for us, you know, especially with the state of metalcore now where it is, which is no shade, but it's just it feels like pop music. You know what I mean? Like the way that it's cut and the way that it's edited. And you have to do those things because I think people's ears, and even our ears, even as musicians, we're accustomed to hearing things perfect. You know what I mean? But there was a time when that performance I just then would be a record.
Yeah.
There was a time when that was good enough to be a record, and that isn't now. Like what I just did would take an hour to edit.
I mean, I'd listen to that on the record.
You would, but you're into
Sure.
you're into music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm constantly trying to chase whatever that feeling was you just heard, trying to chase that feeling, but make it modern. I think that's the next goal in my life with Underoath is like the feeling you felt sitting there is trying to get that through the speakers. Is how do we do that without editing it to the wall, but also not being miserable, listening to it and going, wow, that was a shit take or whatever.
For sure.
You know.
For sure. Yeah, it's cool to hear the stories from kind of how you came up.
I'm 1,000 years old, Brandon. I'm 103.
We were asking, well, we won't give too much away, but they were talking about the eras of Aaron Gillespie.
Oh yeah.
Old enough to have different eras of
Yeah.
your playing, man.
I'm 40. I'll be 43 this year.
Legendary.
That's a weird thing. It's a weird thing.
We're gonna move to the next track.
What is it?
This is one for the fans. We're gonna do When the Sun Sleeps. I don't know when the last time you played the studio version of this was, but
Oh, brother. I mean, we played this song in 2024 with the original singer from back then. And we said, it's funny that we're doing this because we said that night, Spencer said, we're never doing this again.
yeah.
Like this is a one and done thing. And we just did this cruise and Dallas Taylor, who's the original singer, his band was on, Wailing and the Sons of Disaster was on the cruise and we didn't play it. And everyone thought, they're gonna do it. You know, we're on a boat.
Now's the time.
Maritime law. We didn't do it. So I haven't played it since October or November of 2024.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the album version. I have no idea what I'm about to hear.
This is gonna be good. This is this is years since you've
I'll
probably
give you,
done this.
This song is so long. You'll notice, like, when we played it, this is my last thought on this song. It like, if something felt good back then, you just did it. There was no consensus of like, hey, do you think this is too long? Or hey, should we like pare this part back to 4 instead of 8 bar? None of that. You just did it until someone was like, switch now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And this was also like my first foray at singing in the band. This was
right.
the first foray into that.
Yeah.
So
Very cool.
I make no promises.
Let's do it. One for the fans.
One for the fans. Sound.
2002.
Let's go, baby.
Look what you've done.
Story of my life.
The snare is dropped like.
That's why we
6
can't have
inches.
nice things. Yeah.
Dude, what a great song.
You think so?
It's a throwback. It's classic.
I mean, it's so like.
You remembered the whole thing.
I did.
It's always funny, like.
I'm
watching-
not sure that the kick pattern in the chorus was right.
Well, you got something original in this session.
Yeah,
so
that's a deep
You're
cut.
all lucky. But dude, it's always funny, like trying to like watching drummers in your position right now when they're listening to that studio version,
Oh.
seeing it come back in real time and almost like remember what you did 24 years ago or something.
Crazy, because even when we did it a year and a half ago, I'm certain that we would have been like, this is so fucking long, let's change X
Yeah.
or Y.
Yeah.
So it's the strangest. That's weird.
Yeah. We're going to move on to Chasing Safety in a minute, but you said that was the first record you were doing vocals on.
Vocals, yeah.
Was that
Yeah.
something you pushed for, or is that something?
No, it was more like the same guy that produced Chasing Safety produced that album. And that studio where that was cut was in a 1-bedroom apartment
Crazy.
in Brevard County, Florida. So like Fort Lauderdale, Miami area.
Yeah.
We couldn't do drums there, obviously, but he had like a closet. I'll never forget this. He had a closet, like one closet. It was 2-bedroom apartment. And he did like the first Dashboard record there.
Oh, yeah.
Further Seems Forever. Like all that South Florida, maybe some Newfound Glory was done there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Like all that South Florida stuff. He had these 2 closets. One had guitar amps in it. I can't believe he didn't get kicked out of that apartment. But I remember like, it was sort of necessity. We wanted to have some singing parts. And this is an embarrassing fact, but the truth. I thought that sounded so cool. I had never heard my voice with like harmonies and stuff. And I've always had a knack for like picking out harmonies and, you know, alternate strange harmonies and stuff like that. It's been something I love to do. I'd love to do it today. But like, I did all these harmonies and stuff, and I had never heard myself sing other than like crappy recordings I had made on like tape recorders or whatever. So hearing myself with all these harmonies and stuff, it was the first time I ever like, I was like, this is cool. And it wasn't like I'm a badass. It was more like, I can't believe that's me.
Yeah.
It felt, you know, it felt like, it felt strange that it was me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, that's really me doing it. And he had these closets, like I was saying before, and the vocal booth one was just like, you just went in this like small, like not the size of a walk-in closet, but it had a door, like a, you know, like a door to a room door, not like a closet door. And it was all just black egg crate, like from a bed.
Yeah.
And I remember being so scared and standing in this like closet in this apartment. And it could have been like, it might as well have been Ocean Way. I was like so like, oh my God, like I'm in here singing. And I never sang in like a real studio. And I remember hearing it back and just being like, this is dope, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's the first time most of the time you hear your voice for the first time, you're like, this is shitty. You know, it's like when you hear yourself talk for the first time and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm a turd. You know what I mean? Like I'm a fucking turd. Like nobody, everyone that hears this is going to be like, this dude sucks.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I didn't feel like that. you
Yeah.
know, which was dope.
It's so funny, man. Like we've had a few singing drummers on the channel. Ron from Mastodon.
The best.
Phil Collins. And it's a common thing. Like the voice seems like it's so much more of a personal thing than when we hit drums. Like there's almost like a degree of separation where like,
Yeah.
our body isn't our instrument.
Yeah.
But with vocals, it's like that's you.
And if it sucks, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can try to take lessons and get better or learn techniques, but I'm one of those people that I don't. If you're born tone deaf,
Yeah.
I don't know that you can. Maybe there's some teacher that knows how to fix it, but for me, it's like if you can't hear pitch, it's and you don't know if maybe you just think you can sing. Like you don't know when you get in there for the first time, you're like, oh, I think I can do this, but it might be horrible. Like you don't have any way of. What's the frame of reference? You don't
Yeah.
have a frame of reference. This isn't Logic didn't exist.
Yeah. And your voice is no one else's voice.
Yeah, and if
So-
it sucks and people don't like it, it's like, what are you gonna do? Cut your throat out? Like, there's nothing you can do.
Hopefully not.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you
Try
can't.
playing drums.
Like, you can play drums and be like, oh, that dude's snare sounds like shit. Well, get another one. Oh, his feel is a little rushed. Well, just play to a click, fix it. You know what I mean? Like, if you have rhythm, you can fix it. Adapt a different style. You can adapt a different sound. Like, you can go to the pawn shop and buy a shit drum kit and see if that inspires you. Whatever. Like, with just your voice.
Yeah.
It's a scary thing.
Well, props to you for sticking with it. 'Cause it's such a.
Thanks.
that's the sound of the band in so
Yeah.
many ways, your voice and your drumming. And I want to shift to Chasing Safety. We got a bunch of tracks we're going to do from this one. But what was different for this record?
I was thinking about this last night because we went to dinner and we're talking about I was telling all these old stories and whatever, and Ron's asking all these questions and shit. It was so fun, and
Good times.
I was going down memory lane a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this last night. Like, I still feel now the way that I felt then. Like, what I mean is, like, Chasing Safety blew up and became this big success, and I have plaques on the wall from it, and it made Underoath public.
Yeah.
But the way that I felt when we were making it was like I felt making those local band things or that record. I didn't feel like, oh, I'm about to rip this bitch open.
Yeah.
Like we and today when we make records, I don't feel that way.
Yeah.
I don't feel like this is gonna do numbers. Like, like what must it feel like to be a Sabrina Carpenter or someone and go in the studio?
Like this is a hit.
You know, and now I work for countless artists, and you have this inkling, like when you're in that chair, you're like, oh, this feels like a big song or whatever. But with Underoath, it's something that we just kept each other so humble. I don't know how to. We just don't really take it too seriously. Like if the five of us like it, we're like, that's what it should be. Even if it's like, and we can talk about this later, but you hear this drastic shift between Chasing Safety to Find the Great Line.
Yeah.
Like, all these songs are from the same people, which is strange. You know what I mean? Because we just make, and it sounds douchey, but it's not. We just make whatever we want to make. And so I feel like that's kept us honest. So the feeling going into Chasing Safety wasn't,
This is the one.
we're gonna chart a path for the bank. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't, we thought we were doing the same thing we'd always done.
Yeah, you want to write great songs.
And it feels that way now. And I think once you lose that, I'm not interested in doing. I think once that goes away, I'll be disinterested in doing Underoath anymore. Like when that goes away, like let's just make something that the five of us think slaps. And we've had barbles and blips in that where we're like, this could be a single. And every time we do that, every time we set out to do that, we fail miserably. We fall on our faces every time. So the feeling was no different. It was the same guy that did the previous record. This time in a house. The apartment he had aged out into a house.
Perfect.
But we slept on the floor. I remember my mom gave me $50 to eat for 4 weeks. And Spencer showed up with no money.
Oh, man.
So Spencer and I ate for $50 for 4 weeks when we made that record.
Rice cakes, man.
I don't remember I do remember there was these things called Bubba burgers. It was like a box of like pre-pattied, I probably have cancer. It was like a box of pre-pattied, like in the shape of a burger.
Yeah.
We cooked those bitches on the stovetop, and of course there was no buns.
Of course.
That's like $3 extra.
Yeah.
I'm not buying buns.
Tomorrow's meal.
Yeah, I'm not buying buns.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's what we did.
That's the secret sauce, guys.
Bubba burgers, dude. If you're trying to make a record that gets through to the people, get yourself some Bubba burgers.
And on that note, let's play some of these tracks, man.
Let's do it.
We're gonna play 2 back-to-back as they are on the record. It's Dangerous Business, and
Hell
then
yeah.
into Down, Set, Go.
My knuckles have turned to white. There's no turning back tonight. Kiss me one last time.
Nice, dude.
2 in a row, like a show.
That's sick. You get to hear it just like the record.
The bridge section is just no drums.
Yeah.
But live, we do that whole like. Because we don't have an acoustic guitar live.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's great, man.
And when we started doing it, it was just the programming thing, and it was like, there's so much space.
Yeah.
So we.
Some gnarly kick drum stuff in that last one.
Yeah, running in place.
Just like relentless.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to our first question. This is
yeah.
from Frederick Berry, asking, how did you join a touring band at such a young age, which you talked about a little bit.
Sure.
And what roadmap took you from a beginner drummer to a recording musician?
There's no roadmap. I got thrown into the pool. I think the answer wanted from that question is like a stepped out answer, right? Like I played till my hands bled, and then and unfortunately, like that's not my story. And I do think there's a path that way. You know, to play around town in the bars, and then maybe a national touring artist comes. It would be a better story. Maybe a national touring artist comes through and sees you, and they're like, "That kid's sick," like, and then you got to play live with him, and then you sat in and watched the studio drummer play, and then they let you play.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure there are those stories. And it feels like a better path.
I mean, for you, it sounds like you were playing with people and meeting people all along the way.
Yeah.
Obviously, you were practicing or playing
Yeah.
and learning through that. But probably for this student, I don't know if you're playing live or just at home, but for your path, it's probably moving from playing at home to playing with people and seeing where that takes you.
To be honest, I never really played at home. I grew up financially unfortunate, and so I didn't have we talked earlier, my dad traded a job at one point for a drum kit, and I had that, but we couldn't have cymbals. So we went and bought like tin at Home Depot and cut them in circles, and like my story is that kind of thing, which sounds glamorous and it actually sucked ass, but like it's cool to talk about that Slumdog Millionaire story where you came from nothing, but the truth is that's what it was, and it was frustrating. So I kind of played at home some, but I went right into playing with people as soon as I could play 2 and 4.
Yeah.
Like at church, I went right to playing with people. So I guess hearing you say that, and my biggest advice, especially now because it's just such it's becoming antiquated. Like you can go on YouTube and see crazy talent, which is cool that you can, buy a cheap interface and set up some mics in your room. But I think the most valuable thing in this dates me as a human, but like playing with people is what really makes you good, I think. Because you play with one bass player who is way behind the pocket and he'll pull your ass back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he won't waver if he's good and he's behind the beat.
Yeah.
He'll pull you in. You play with a bass player who's energetic and rushes in that good way, that rock and roll way, and you'll meet him, or you'll work with a singer whose phrasing is so differently. And I think that's the most valuable thing. It's the difference between to me, it's like running on a treadmill is great, but then you get outside and you're like, man, there's a hill.
So much better.
Yeah, it's better, but it's different.
Yeah.
There's a hill.
Yeah.
There's bird shit. I want to run around that.
Yeah.
There's like 17 people up here sightseeing. I got to go, and that's what playing with people is versus playing by yourself, I think.
Yeah, there's nothing like having to interact and having to move with whatever happens because you don't know what someone else is going to throw at you.
And people to that question, to that statement, people go, well, there's a click track. It doesn't matter. People still do things. There is so much space between the beats that you're not aware of when you first start out.
Yeah.
When you first start playing to a click or recording yourself, you're like, oh, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you're playing to, and you don't realize how. I think a drummer's feel is that space between the beats. That's where someone's style is. You know what I mean? That's where style as a drummer comes in, and that's where your identity as a drummer comes in. So if you want to take that path and be a touring drummer or a recording drummer, you just gotta play with people. Because no matter how good you are in front of this camera and your interface, it's not gonna be the same when you get in a studio with real even if the humans have pre-recorded it.
Sure.
It's gonna be different. It will be different.
Yeah.
Like, that's my thing. I just wanna be able, I've always wanted to be a chameleon where you can throw me in a situation and I can succeed.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest thing, I think.
Great advice, man. Let's jump to another track from Chasing Safety. We've got I'm Content with Losing. What can we expect from this one?
We don't play the outro at all like the record version. So I just don't, here's what I expect. I expect to just find out.
I love it. I live for this, man.
Yeah, you're a sick man. You just sit there in your chair.
It's so good.
Dance for me, more.
Hey, I've been there. I've been there.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I feel your pain, man.
It's not pain. It's just, you know.
Well, every once in a while, it's pain.
After a while, you do things differently live. It just, like we talked about, it just happens, you know?
There's beauty in that, man.
Here we go.
I love that in so many of these songs, and I think you really start to notice it on this record, how much you avoid just the 2 and 4. There's always some kind of interesting backbeat pattern, or or you're just on the rack tom, like no snare whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
different.
I think my whole thing has always been, how do I make something that I've never heard?
Yeah. We're going to do a second question from a Musora student. This is from Scott Yos. Hopefully I said that right. Any advice for how to play the drums and sing at the same time?
It's sort of just the jump off the bridge thing, dude. I have this weird like mental thing that I do, and I don't know how to describe it very well. I notate the vocal parts with the drums a little bit. Like if you think about like the song we just played, and I'll play quiet so we can still chat, but like, this is what I get for, you know, the outro of that song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're sort of playing it.
Yeah.
You're sort of playing.
Yeah.
It's not exact, but you're sort of playing it. So I connect those two things in my mind, if that makes any sense.
So you're starting with vocal and then emphasizing with the drums to,
yes.
to line up with
It's
the
usually
vocal.
like, if that makes sense. And
Yeah.
I don't use like a mic that's here or anything. So
Yeah.
I do this. That's been the hardest thing about the last 2 days.
Yeah.
It's a lot of this stuff. Normally if I'm playing, I'm doing it like this. It feels more comfortable this many years removed for me to play that pattern like this.
Yeah.
This was odd just now. I've never done that before, ever.
Yeah.
It was fucking weird.
Yeah. The singing component has become like,
It's become
like
a
a fifth limb.
It's become a piece of the drum performance. So you gotta get it like, you gotta get it like that.
Yeah.
Like you gotta make it feel like I find myself, and this is a really weak spot I have as a player, when there's no vocals. And inevitably, there's times when there's no vocals. Like if we're in a long rehearsal for days, like a pre-production, we're not singing every time.
Yeah.
Because it's bad for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll sing it through once or twice a day, and that's it. And then, but we might have to play something 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And I fuck the songs up because I'm so connected. Like if that vocal wasn't in that track, I would be lost.
Yeah.
Which is odd. So you almost have to make it like that, like you said, like that fifth limb. And I think the best way to do that is literally just to jump off the edge and just do it. Do it until you can't not do it. You know what I mean? Like, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate piece of advice. I wish there was like, well, you're gonna play 6-stroke rolls on a pad while you chew gum, like, and then you're gonna light a cigarette with your left hand, and and then you'll be able to do it. It's just it is the trial by repetition thing.
Yeah. And probably even, I don't know if this person has a microphone or whatever beside them, but even just to sing, not worrying about leaning into a mic, just sing and play facing forward or something.
Yeah, that might help.
Yeah.
I mean, this is real nerdy. But if like we just did this cruise and we did 3 separate shows with no repeats. So it was 50 songs or 48 songs.
Oh, dude.
And a lot of them we haven't played in ages.
Yeah.
Or Underoath made a record without me. Some of them were from that. Thank God I didn't have to sing on those. But I set up an interface, and I'm not a habitual practicer. I'll just be the first to admit it. But I set up an interface with the drumless tracks and took out a vocal mic and ran it through that same interface and sang and played it all like that. Instead of just like, because if I look at it as one thing, it's just a different animal.
Yeah.
Like it's just not the same animal. So if you're gonna turn your head and do it, do that.
Yeah.
All the time. Like I am now sickly more comfortable with my head turned in certain sections. You know, and it's a case by case basis. You shared with me at lunch some of the songs we're doing today. Some of them I don't sing on at all.
Yeah.
So it's like, it would be weird if I had to sing.
Yeah.
It would be like, I don't know how to, you know.
Don't give me that one, man.
Yeah. It's a thing, you know.
Yeah. That's great advice. We're moving along. The next 2 tracks we're going to do are from Define the Great Line and Lost in the Sound of Separation.
Hell
But
yeah.
quickly, let's just talk about the band's sound changed at this point.
Yeah.
Can you quickly talk about why that happened or what the
think-
direction was?
We were always like this violent, bombastic live band. And Chasing Safety was a poppier departure. We love it. We love those songs. But we behaved like a post-hardcore band on stage, and we behaved like you see Underoath behaving now when we were playing Boy Brush Red or the song you just heard, right? Like you see me play it, and it won't be much different than these next heavier songs you're going to pull up. I don't know what they are, but they will be, my body language and stuff will be the same. So I think the short answer to that question is we wanted, again, this was 2005, 2006 when we made Define the Great Line, and it wasn't, like home recording was really primitive. You know, I think you had GarageBand. You could get Pro Tools then, but you had to buy it outright. There was no subscription thing. Microphones were expensive. And it was just the technology. There was so few plugins compared to what there are now.
Yeah.
Like you can buy a plugin now called the God Particle and put it on your master bus, and it sounds like you're Rick Rubin or something. You just did it. You know, that shit didn't exist.
Yeah.
So we wanted the band to sound like it felt live. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We wanted a better representation of what, because first and foremost, let's be honest, like people that like Underoath, like they listen to the records, that's great, but people like Underoath, most people got into Underoath because of the live experience.
Yeah.
There wasn't TikTok, there wasn't Instagram. We got in a van and you'd go to Omaha and there's 3 people, and then there was 40 people, and then there was 100 people. You know, we did that hard boots to the ground work.
Sure.
So we wanted the band to sound like we felt live. And so I think this is, and it wasn't like we got in the studio and said, okay, so I want to headbang more, so we should like, that wasn't the thing. It was more like, we feel this way when we play together, so how do we capture that on tape? And that's kind of what it is, you know?
Yeah, I think a lot of people think it, with bands that have an evolution in their sound, they think that they had a board meeting or something and they're like, for this record, we're gonna go this direction. And maybe sometimes it is like that.
I was gonna say, I mean, maybe that's a thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, I don't know.
But it seems to be, I don't know, more common than not that your interests and tastes and the band working together for more and more years, there is just this natural progression into whatever direction that is.
Yeah, it happens. If you're honest with each other, it happens, and you're honest with yourself. Yeah.
Love it. Okay, so the next 2 tracks we're gonna do, In Regards to Myself, and we're gonna go back to back with Breathing in a New Mentality. Aaron has no idea that he was gonna be doing any of these, so yeah, this is all off the cuff.
At least you're telling me.
Yeah, we could just start the click track and then.
Dude, we have slates in our sessions. Like like most songs, unless they're butted up to each other, will tell you the name of the song.
Yeah.
And I've had moments live where the set list is ripped off or something.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
What's next?
and it tells you, thank God. And then when it doesn't, I've had it when it doesn't, and it started
Yeah.
and I didn't know. I would just keep time until I was like, oh, it's that one.
Yeah.
Dumb stuff.
Well, let's do both of these, In Regards to Myself and Breathing in a New Mentality.
Let us go.
Let's do it.
Clear this will from your lungs.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that one's wild.
I'm looking at all the crew in the control room, and I'm just here, and what you were just talking about translating like the live experience
Sure.
to the record, like you can feel that. And I know I'm sitting right here, but with the parts and like even just what you're playing, it translates. It's tough to explain.
Yeah, it's
But-
like a thing. It's just that space between the notes thing.
And it's so different from Chasing Safety and what
It
came
is.
before.
Yeah, this
you
is
know?
that particular song is 2 records later. But the one before is 1.
Yeah, but both of those, like there's like a notable difference.
Yeah.
So
You know, we were boots to the ground. That's how we started. So we had played so many shows between those 2 albums.
yeah,
You know, we got our first taste at like large crowds that summer on Warped Tour after Chasing Safety. It became like we got better at it,
yeah,
you know, which is nerdy, but it's true. You know, you just get better.
yeah,
If you're not, Spencer always says this, and it's so simple, but if we're not getting better each record, what are we doing? You know, and better doesn't mean bigger or more views or clicks or
yeah,
are you getting better together? You know, is your songs more interesting to you? You know, whatever. Are you achieving your goals? You know,
yeah.
musical goals.
Love that. All right, we're gonna move to some of the newer stuff now. Kind of in like the last section of this. I'm sure the fans are just loving this.
Someone water me, please. I'm dying.
More water! Actually, before we talk about the new stuff, I'm gonna ask the last question. This is from Dylan561. You kind of touched on this, but when you write records, what comes first, the melody and the riffs or the drum parts?
All of the above. There's no rules. Like, I'm a weirdo. I like to write songs from titles.
Okay.
So, and that kind of dictates, you know, is this a darker thing? Is this a lighter thing? Is this you know, and in Underoath like habitually overwrites. So like we'll make like 10 parts for one section before we land on it. And sometimes you don't. There's no rules to that. You know, like Define the Great Line, Lost in the Sound of Separation was all music first. And then the vocals come later. Chasing Safety, I don't remember. And then the later stuff, you know, I was really getting into, so I was really, you know, from like 2012, 13 is when I really started writing songs with other people and for other people. So when we started making records again in 2017, I wanted to approach Underoath more like maybe we write from a title, maybe we write from a melody. And that model works sometimes for Underoath and sometimes it doesn't. I think we are at our best when the music is intricate as we want to make it, and then we put a vocal on it. But there's no rules. That question's hard to answer because there's not really a rule to that. You know what I mean? It's like, however you get there. Like I have this saying that I love, and I don't know who I got it from, but it's song is king. Like whoever plays whatever. Like I am fully at a place in my life now where, and when you're starting out, this is difficult, but I'm fully at a place in my life now where if you were in Nashville at the studio and we were recording an Underoath record and you're like, Aaron, if this is 5 and you sat behind the drums and it sounded dope, I'd be like, push play, push record, do it. Like that's where I'm at. I just want the end thing to be exactly what I want to hear come out of the speakers. And I don't care how I get there. You know what I mean? Like there's no, and when you're younger, it's like, well, I wrote this drum part and I want to put it there.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, we're all like that, right? You're like, I wrote this lyric, you know, about this thing that really affected me 10 years ago. And it's like, well, everyone else thinks it's cheesy. So like, go back to the drawing board or let this other person do it. Like, you got to be okay with those things. So with drums or vocals, first, it doesn't matter. It's like, whatever is the best, like, for the song, you know, like, how do we get there? How do we get to the top of the mountain with everybody's arms and legs intact?
And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, let's do these next 2 tracks and then we'll wrap things up and do one more at the end. But this is Hallelujah, and then we'll go right into Generation No Surrender.
I can't remember, never used to.
Man. We're leaving the brutal stuff to the end.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's almost like that's like the closest to the first 2 EPs of everything
Sure.
we've done today. Back to
Yeah.
the roots.
It's heavy.
Yeah, man. I've taken my ears out a few times just to listen to the kit, and it just sounds insane.
Dude, I want this drum kit.
That we've only brought that kit out for
You said the Spin Doctors,
yeah,
right?
Spin Doctors, Aaron Comas, which his stuff is coming on the channel soon. But yeah, man, this is like an 80s recording custom.
I think it's my birth year. I want to look up the model number.
Well, you can't take it home.
I'm
so,
aware.
Yeah.
I live 3 days from here.
You're gonna be walking. Horse and buggy back
Just
to
fucking
Nashville.
pull it in a wagon.
Dude, we're almost at the end. This has been a blast.
We did it. We went right through it.
You played all the parts. You didn't attack me for making you play these songs.
Have you ever had anybody get mad at you?
No, everyone's so nice.
You're so lucky. You're like, again? Ugh.
Oh man. I mean, it's nice. You're like a one-take wonder, man. And it's like raw and chaotic in all its beauty. And man, this is a special session for sure. I'm so glad we could do this.
Dude, I'm so honored to be here. It's been so fun.
I'm sure there's gonna be lots of people watching this on the channel. Is there anything you want to leave them with? Any parting words?
No, I mean, if you're a fan and you've been a fan for a long time, thank you for doing it. And if this is your first time, thanks for watching. You know, I think that there's so much going on right now. There's so much shit out there. You can just, any day you can find something new. So if you're watching this, it means the world. So
Love it. And once again, thank you to all of our Musora students who submitted questions. You can do that for all of these streams that we do here on the channel. So if you're not a member, there's a free trial down in the description. And we'd love to see you over on Musora. Aaron, we're going to close with one more track.
okay, what is
A
it?
classic, Reinventing Your Exit.
Oh, an easy one. Thank you.
We figured you already did the hard work, so we'll let you off easy for a closer.
Yeah,
But,
this one might be boring to watch me play drums too, but you know.
It's I think we made Josh Eppard play The Suffering for his last track, and he's like, man, that song is so like straight up all the way through. He's playing all this crazy stuff in the session. He's like, really, you want to close with that?
Yeah.
Like, it's a hit. You gotta do it.
Yeah, it's like, I get it. I get it.
We're trying to make everyone happy here. So if you like the Generation No Surrender stuff or yeah, the early stuff, you got it, but you get to close out with a hit. So
Let's go.
Aaron, thank you so much, man.
Dude, thanks for having me. So fun.
And thank you to all of you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you in the next
Cheers.
one.